need to show the world we're good. First time for everything. Yeah!
Hello, Anthony Vega for Marvel Latin News. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Anthony. How are you?
I'm doing great. I want to ask you something first because I know that sometimes, press junkets can be a little bit monotonous and repetitive. So I want to try something different. I don't know if you're okay with that idea.
Of course. Totally.
Okay. If the bad guys had a group chat, which character would you mute right away?
If they get which character would I mute right away? Well, probably if you're thinking of bad guys one, Snake, who's kind of a downer all the time, would be muted quite frequently. But in this one, he's such a fun guy. So in this one, oh my god, this is a great question. I don't know, actually. In this one, it could be Doom, maybe. I don't know. Just like going with the flow there.
All right, here we go. First time for everything, right?
We just seen in the bad guys to make even you laugh while working on it, no matter how many times you saw it.
There's quite a few of those, actually. It's so interesting. I don't think it did the same on the first one for me, which I saw it so many times that I was not laughing at anything anymore. But funny enough, on this one, even though I watched it hundreds of times, I still laugh at a bunch of those jokes. There's like very subtle jokes that people tend to not pick up right away. I'm thinking of one, for instance, during Wolf and Diane sparring, where she's like, I thought you were arrogant and a pride guy and deceiving, and then he's like, oh nice, what changed your mind? He's like, what do you mean? So that joke cracks me up every time, and I love how Zazie delivered that line. Every time I laugh at that one. I still laugh at my fart in space. Just somehow it just makes me laugh all the time. But in a way, I think at this point I'm laughing at it because I hear people laughing at it, and so that makes me happy just to see that people laugh at those jokes.
Awesome.
Yeah, but quite a few moments that I'm still chuckling at. Yeah.
People swap lives with Mr. Wolf. What for one day? What would the first thing you will do?
Well, I'd love to drive the way he drives, and just be able just to experience that, definitely,
That would be cool.
That would be cool, yeah.
If directing this sequel were like pulling off a heist, what role would you be? The mastermind, the planner, or the getaway driver?
Well, I mean, given what I did on this, it would be mastermind, right? Like the director. Yeah, of course. Awesome. Yeah.
I'm very hands-on, especially when someone tries to frame my friends. I know everything. The MacGuffinite, the magnet.
You talked marmalade.
Actually, he did most of the talking. I'm more of an action girl.
Step aside before anger becomes punch.
Was there a moment where feedback from the team made a scene way funnier or that original Imagine?
Oh yeah. From teammates, you're saying, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, all the time. Well, for instance, all the wedding that you see in the movie used to not be a wedding at all. We used to have a full scene where we could see our characters infiltrate the launch pad, the Air Force base, and steal the rocket, and they were all spread out. And it was an awesome scene. It was very Mission Impossible, but it was not funny. And so I asked two of my story artists to take that chunk and I told them I want a heist. Figure out something that's gonna be, funny there, and come back with some ideas. And they came back with a story of like stealing the watch during the wedding, and maybe the watch existed before, but no matter what, they came back with the idea of a billionaire's wedding, where you could really have the characters impersonate like really fun, colorful characters. So that's one example where I asked them to come back with ideas, and they came back 2 or 3. I can't remember the other ones, but definitely that the wedding was like bingo. That's exactly what I'm looking for, and it really feels like the bad guys heist. It's the tone of the bad guys, but in a very funny heist. It used to be completely different. It was to be super cool, but a lot less funny, and they made it funny. I mean, by the way, it took us like a long ass time to just figure out this whole scene. Very, very complicated, but they came back with the idea.
Awesome, that's great. Okay, so which character surprised you the most, and how they developed from the first movie to this one?
Kitty. Oh, from the first movie to this one.
Yeah,
Snake, of course.
Oh, yes.
Well, yeah, Snake is the character that has the most range now at this point. He's awesome. I mean, he's like going from that grumpy guy, revengeful, hating everything, and best friend at the same time. The grumpy best friend whose also heart is so big, like there's so much love there. There's so much hurt behind him. To that guy who's like fully in love and just works out and just becomes a yoga kind of like, yeah. I mean, he's so funny, and you can do so much with his characters because he's so specifically crafted, that you can play off characters so easily in a great way. By the way, you can really just take him anywhere you want, and he's gonna be funny.
If you were secretly an animal, and like one of the bad guys, which animal would you be and why?
So if I was an animal or one of the bad guys?
An animal, and then you come to be part of the bad guys.
The bad guys. Oh yeah. And I would be. Oh my god. Okay, there's an animal that I love, and it's an owl. I love owls.
Okay.
And if I were hired as one of the bad guys, that's what you're saying?
Yeah, if you were hired as a bad guy, yeah.
Owls fly with no sound. They're completely stealthy. They have like the perfect vision, and their talons are incredibly strong. So there's like something about a super spy behind an owl kind of situation, So I love that idea. Yeah, owls are cool.
Yeah,
they're not necessarily. Well, actually, barn owls used to be a symbol of witchcraft, I think, in Europe, definitely in France. And so, hang on. Yeah, people were very afraid of barn owls, and they would kill them. So there's a bit of like legend. I mean, I'm just talking about like animals that could be scary,
Yeah.
So,
well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Totally. Thanks, Anthony.
You ever been deboned by a chicken?
Like it really rough.